All right, so another week is in the books, and we are slowly getting closer to the end of part one of the Thousand Year Blood War. And episode 10 was freaking amazing. Another smash on the Smash or Pass scale. Um, I can't say enough about this anime, and I'm glad more and more people are jumping on this boat and seeing what it should have been originally or what they missed out on originally. A lot of people tend to, or not a lot of people, but there was always the Bleach haters, and now they are awfully quiet. Um, so, quick reminder: Bleach Thousand Year Blood War is basically dealing with the battle between the Soul Reapers and the Quincy, and of course, our main protagonist, main hero, is Ichigo Kurosaki, is dragged into the middle of this fight, and we are now past the initial invasion. Soul Reapers have been, they got their ass kicked, and we are licking our wounds and healing and training because that's what you do in anime. Um, and one thing is we're seeing some of the strongest people get even stronger. And this week's episode is a prime example of that because you had Kenpachi versus Unohana, the original Kenpachi, and we got to see their fight for the first half of this episode, and it was insane. The battle um, animation was perfect, on par with episode 6 and 7, which was the Old Man Yamamoto fight and the Ichigo fight. This one was just great, and to see Captain Unohana's Bankai finally, after all these years, was amazing. Basically, turned the whole battlefield into a boiling blood pits where she's constantly regenerating herself. And in this process of their fight with Kenpachi and Captain Unohana, she's basically killing him and resurrecting him, or almost killing him and healing him because when they originally met, he was a young teenager. He realized, oh wow, it doesn't get any better than this, so I'm going to have to bring myself down to enjoy these fights. Because she even says it, she is the strongest except for him. And where she learned to heal to keep her battles going, he learned to suppress his power. And this power, the Soul Society needs to fight the Quincy, and it's her job to break all his chains. And in doing that, she knows it's going to cost her life, and we are going to get an insanely powerful Kenpachi Zaraki. And after their fight is all said and done, he can finally hear his sword speak to him. And in the world of Bleach, that is a big thing because when you have this bond with your sword, you can release its Shikai, which is its first form. Gives it a nice power boost, and then you can release its second form, which is a Bankai. Every captain has a Bankai ability and a Shikai ability, except for Kenpachi Zaraki. So that just shows how powerful he has been up until this point. So their battle comes to an end. He's heartbroken, more powerful. We lose Captain Unohana. She did her job, and that chapter is closed. We probably won't see him until part 3 again. But from that crazy, beautiful fight, we go to Ichigo and Renji, who are going to the next castle in the Squad Zero area, and they come across the Blade, the god of the Blade, Uetsu Namaya, who is the creator of all Zanpakuto, and he basically says, "Hey, you don't know the difference between a Soul Reaper and a Zanpakuto, which is their swords," and he proceeds to destroy Ichigo's and Renji's swords, just like that. He throws them into a pit, and he says, "Look around you. All these sword spirits are angry because y'all don't care for your weapon. And if you want me to reforge your sword, you're gonna have to prove it to me. You're gonna have to fight these. They're called Asuchis, which is basically the sword spirits, and have them kneel to you and offer themselves to you, and I will recreate your sword." After 3 days pass, Renji passes, and Ichigo fails. He base Uetsu no Maya basically tells Ichigo, "You're not a true Soul Reaper. You got to go back to your home. You're no longer needed here," and he kicks him out of the spirit world. But he says something that few people caught. I was kind of surprised, but he basically told Ichigo, you have made it this far without a proper Asuchi, which is kind of insane considering he's gone this whole time without a true sword spirit, which may confuse people. But here, a few episodes ago, we learned that he has Quincy blood in him. So for him to really pull out his full potential, he needs to find out who he is. Um, Renji, passed because he is a Soul Reaper, a true Soul Reaper, whereas Ichigo is not. He's always been a substitute Soul Reaper. So that's where the episode ended. Again, sound was amazing. There were some remixes of old songs. There were some goofy, quirky songs in certain parts, and the animation for the fights was beautiful, like I said earlier, and the animation in the Squad Zero castle was also good. Um, like I said, Bleach has been bringing it all season long. We have 3 episodes left, or 2 weeks left. We're gonna have an hour-long finale, and then next week's episode. So I can't say enough about Bleach. I hope y'all are watching it. And I've even told friends, if you've never seen the original, it's okay. Watch this, current run, because it is telling you what it needs to from the past, but it's amazing. I hope y'all are checking it out. I hope you have a good one. So, yeah.